Hello everyone, welcome to the Lit Show. I'm your host, JeremyFee. Today I've got a video about my writing projects, but first I need to ask the question and deal with the situation to figure out, am I going to fail my NaNoWriMo challenge this year? National Novel Writing Month here in November. I am supposed to try to write 50,000 words by the end of the month, and I am not on track. I am not on track. So yes, it does look like as of right now, as of this recording, I am probably going to fail the NaNoWriMo challenge for 2022, which is really unfortunate. I had great success in 2020 and 2021, really enjoyed my writing from that, but I have found it difficult to focus on my writing this year, specifically this month for this challenge. I have found myself just writing a few sentences or paragraphs at a time each day. My mind is so focused on my reading and on my work and other stuff going on. Don't get me wrong, I'm loving all of that. My reading is going great. I've had great success with my work lately. My students are doing amazing. It's just my head is not in the game right now. My psychology is not in a writing mindset this month the way that I was hoping it would be. I am going to have a week off though coming up for Thanksgiving break, so I'm not throwing in the towel just yet. It is possible that even though I've written only about 3,000 words when I should have written well over 20,000 words by now, that on my Thanksgiving break week days, I could be pumping out 5,000 or 8,000 words a day, because when I am in the zone, I can write 5,000 to 8,000 words a day. I've written 10,000 words in a day before, just really getting into it, but that is just hours and hours of typing at the keyboard, and the odds of that happening about 4 or 5 days in a row are pretty low. We will see though. We will see how it works out. But I'm okay. If I don't meet the 50,000 word goal, it's not the end of the world. Hilariously, right now, the NaNoWriMo website stats page is telling me for my project, at my current writing speed, I'm not going to hit 50,000 words until June 28th. June 28th is far away from the end of the month, definitely. But you know, it's also possible my mind is distracted with thoughts about my other writing projects. I am very excited and very happy to discuss those, which are coming along great. I can also happily show you the cover art. I've got two big projects coming up that are not this NaNoWriMo challenge. I have a collection of stories that I have written. It is an anthology of mystery and horror with some humor mixed in. It is titled Son of a Horror Anthology. I'm really excited for that. I've got a draft of some cover art put together that I think is looking pretty nice. I think it really expresses the mystery horror theme that's going on with it. And also, I am happy to promote / announce, I think this is the first time I mentioned it on the channel officially, I've got a fantasy anthology that I am editing, putting together, a BookTube, AuthorTube fantasy anthology. I was inspired by R. St. Clair and Cam Wolfe with the amazing HorrorTube, AuthorTube anthologies that they have put together. Regina, R. St. Clair, has done 3 of them 3 years in a row, and they've been great. Local Haunts was the first one, and then they did Served Cold, and this year Lurking in the Dark came out. I've got a story in that one. Cam Wolfe did the anthology We're Not Home. I've got a story in that one as well. And I just believe that that is an amazing way that they help to serve the community. And as I was discussing that and thinking about it, it occurred to me that I could also do that for the community without stepping on their ground in the horror area, because I also like to write fantasy. So I contacted about 20 people. I've had around 15 people respond and tell me that yes, they are excited to work on some stories for this anthology. Philip Chase, aka Dr. Fantasy, has agreed to write a foreword for the anthology. So I'm excited about that project coming together. I've got a cover that I've got a nice draft of for it. The anthology is called Half Human Heroes, with stories that deal with the concept of what it means to be half human, either literally or figuratively. That idea of characters who could be considered half human because of their heritage, because they are possessed or controlled, there's some sort of hybrid creature, or anything along those lines, as well as the psychological concept of being considered half human, because maybe there are things about them that make people feel they are less than normal as a human being. And the idea of them trying to be heroes in that sort of circumstance. Very exciting writing projects coming up, and they have nothing to do with NaNoWriMo. My NaNoWriMo project that I was working on was going to be a fantasy. Oh, look, I'm already talking about it in the past tense. I've not given up. A fantasy novella called Apocalypse Army that would be part of a larger series that I am working on with my fantasy stories. I've been world building this for years. I have so many notes on characters and situations. You would think I could just sit down at the keyboard and they would come right out of my fingers, easily typed out. But I think maybe I'm putting too much pressure on myself. That is my writing update, mid-month for NaNoWriMo. Hope everything's going well for you. If you want to comment down below, ask me questions, tell me about your own writing, tell me about your own reading. I would never want to blame my reading, but New Worlds November is a really exciting month to read science fiction. Non-fiction November, they're both this month during NaNoWriMo. I have really enjoyed reading the non-fiction that I read so far this month. You'll hear more about those in my end of the month book battle, of course. Next week, I might have some tag videos, or one video with a double tag or triple tag. That's all I had to say about writing today. Every day is a good day for a book talk. Peace.